And welcome to the Beaumont Hill Subdivision, my end scale through the Inland Empire layout. This is the east end of West Colton. As you can see, I have a lot of turnouts built, not all of them installed. I ran out of joiners, and I like to use the micro-engineering joiners because they're nice and snug, but they're hard to find right now for some reason. But I was able to score a couple of bags. And anyway, got a couple tortoises over here for the entry and exit for the yard. The wabbit came in for control of those. I'm going to treat that like a crossover. That's a double main line in the background there. Now, in this area right here, I'm going to have fuel and sand, 3 tracks. That should be quite extensive. I'll have inspection and service building covering 2 of these tracks, and this front track will be a bypass track. And those 3 tracks right there will be ready tracks, and then 3 AD tracks. Now, I'm out of all kinds of supplies, so I'm just going to be able to get those AD tracks, the 2 AD tracks ready, and this inlet done, and then I can run a local to Old Colton and back, and be able to classify it, break it down. So that'll be fun. And as you can see, this side is going to have curved turnouts. I bought those thinking I'll use them throughout the layout, and I've only used one. So since I have them, I'm going to use them. And that's a good spot, I think. It helps me gain a little bit of length here and separation, so I can have direct reach through without killing details to throw turnouts. And the entry and exit, by the way, will be DCC controlled. And then just so you kind of get an idea what's going on, up here is going to be the Indio side of staging. And I'll probably disguise the difference in staging sides with a road crossing. And then that side's going to be Taylor Yard coming up the helix out of the other end of Colton. And if we swing back the other way, you can see how the track disappears under this big loop. And I think on my last video I covered this. But some things to note, I have cobalts throwing these turnouts over here, these crossovers on each side of the junction here. And I was having trouble with them throwing these turnouts completely out of whack. I mean, the force was pretty intense. Well, a friend of mine gave me 10 tortoises for my birthday, and the spring wire in them was really, really small. So I tried them in one, and so much better. And these tortoises, by the way, came out of an old Cajon layout from another friend, so I'm sure the price was right, and I take that as a gift from both of them. So Chip and Otto, thank you very much, and Vicky also. And anyway, some names of some of these industries that I had wrong before. Let me see if I can get back here and to my cheat sheet. So Universal Milling is going to be where those 2 cars are. The depot was actually called Calwall Gypsum Supply. And they just got a lot of flatbeds with gypsum, obviously. So that's going to be a little fun one there. The intersection is actually going to be called Pacific Rail Dismantlers. And then we'll come around into Loma Linda. And this is going to be called OH Cruz Grain and Milling Company. And the grain elevator has square silos. It's very unique. I haven't seen too many of those around. And this one towers above San Bernardino. So it should be really interesting. And some other things I've been playing with is operating paperwork. And this is a mini clipboard, 5x8, I guess. And I'm not focusing, but you can see I got my logo in the upper right. And yeah, we're not focusing on it, but I can see it pretty well with my bifocals. and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, what else have I done? Not a whole lot, actually. I still need to send those PSXX back for an upgrade. They're old and they tend to send off a short prematurely. Other than that, haven't really done much. Looking forward to get a lot more done soon. Have some things to get through before I can, though. So probably won't have an update until October again. And oh yeah, there's a tortoise for this mainline turnout, and that'll be DCC driven. And just so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to do in the future, you can see the upper level is starting right here. You can see I got foam on the sub rod up there. And originally, I was going to have Beaumont and banding on this inner U above Old Colton. And then it was going to swing around along here and come into Indio, and that was going to be the end of the layout. Well, call me a little nuts, but I'm going to do it. In here is going to be a passing track. So San Mateo is going to be single track, not double track, but it'll have a passing track in here. And it's going to go on a really narrow shelf. It's going to be scenic above staging. And then as it works around about right here, it's going to level off. It'll probably be level all the way across staging. And then Beaumont and banding is going to be over this section right here. It's going to be brief. It's going to be really high, so I don't want a whole lot of action up there. And it's going to come back to single track right here, cross over the aisle at about 62 inches. And then it'll be on the upper level. Remember, this track's going to be behind a backdrop, and it's not going to appear again until right here for the second level. And this is going to be San Mateo, the dry bed and all that. And then this grade, the upper level here is going to be like Whitewater through Palm Springs. So very white desert look, and it'll end in Indio. So it's going to disappear under a overpass. I don't know what road I'll call it yet. And the operator will be able to sneak peek through here and see where his train is arriving. Or if you're picking up in the yard, you'll see where it's departing from and coming up over. So I can have both directions, no problem. I'll have some passing. Should be fun. It adds a lot of length considering the size of the yard and some of the switching that's going to be going on the first level. I think I needed the longer mainline length, and who doesn't like long trains? So this way I can run 25-30 car trains and have some nice passing going on. I'm hoping to be able to keep quite a few operators busy. Of course, I have to make it reliable first, and there is that challenge. So anyway, thanks for watching.